Imagine this. A family member, someone you love and respect, is caught in the powerful grip of drug addiction. What happens to the family, to the relationships that bind them together? Drug addiction is not just a solitary disease, it's a family illness. It affects everyone around the addict, altering the dynamics of family life. Firstly, addiction impacts communication. The addict often lies or manipulates to fuel their addiction, eroding trust and creating a veil of secrecy. It's like having a stranger in the house, someone who looks like your loved one, but acts in ways you can't understand or predict. Secondly, there's the emotional toll. The constant worry, fear, and anxiety can be overwhelming. It's like living on a roller coaster, never knowing what the next turn will bring. Family members may experience a range of emotions from anger and resentment to guilt and shame. Thirdly, addiction can lead to financial strain. Money that should be going towards bills, education, or savings is instead funneled into feeding the addiction. This can lead to financial instability, adding more stress to an already tense situation. Fourthly, there's the issue of neglect. An addict's focus is centered around their addiction, often leading to neglect of their responsibilities. This can mean children not being cared for, household chores being ignored, or jobs being lost. Fifthly, addiction can lead to a breakdown in family roles. The addict's behavior may force other family members to take on roles they're not prepared for. Children may have to become caregivers, spouses may have to shoulder all the financial responsibilities, and parents may have to step back in to provide support. Sixthly, addiction can create a climate of fear and uncertainty. The unpredictability of an addict's behavior can make home a tense and volatile place. It's like living with a ticking time bomb, never knowing when it will go off. Seventhly, addiction can lead to isolation. Families may feel embarrassed or ashamed of the addict's behavior and withdraw from their social circles. This can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation, further exacerbating the stress. Eighthly, addiction can impact the health of family members. The constant stress and worry can lead to physical ailments like headaches, stomach issues, and even heart problems. It's a burden that weighs heavily, taking a toll on the body and mind. Ninthly, addiction can perpetuate a cycle of addiction. Children who grow up in households with addiction are more likely to struggle with substance abuse themselves. It's a cycle that can continue for generations, unless it's broken. Lastly, despite all these negatives, dealing with addiction can also lead to growth. Families may become stronger and more resilient, learning to rely on each other and external support systems. They learn to set boundaries, communicate more effectively, and take care of their own mental health. In summary, drug addiction drastically impacts family life. It affects communication, emotional health, finances, family roles, and even physical health. It can lead to isolation, perpetuate a cycle of addiction, but also potentially foster growth and resilience. Understanding these impacts is the first step towards healing and recovery,